Now, hello students, welcome to the science class. Uh, we were doing the second chapter, food and digestion, in which we had already learned many topics like how the digestion process happens and how there are some healthy habits are being utilized for keeping ourselves healthy, and also about some of the microbes. So now we will learn about the process of preservation of the food, because in many a cases we need to keep the food for many days, but we should learn the process how to keep them, otherwise they will be damaged by the germs. Okay, so let's proceed. Now, the germs, in order to get the germ in the food, they need water, they need food in the form of sugar, and the right temperature to survive and grow. If these three conditions are prevailing in a normal manner, then the germs will definitely grow. So we can stop the germs from spoiling the food by not allowing them to live and grow in the food. So we are stopping the germs, so that there should not be any spoiling of the food, or mm, we will not allow the germs to live and grow in the food. Now, this can be done by not providing them, or providing the germs with water, food, or correct temperature. This is the reason you must have seen that all the food items, in order to preserve them, we should keep them in the refrigerator, because in the refrigerator's lower temperature helping the food to conserve or preserve properly, so that germs cannot grow on them. Now, this process of preventing the food from spoilage or by the germs, it is known as the preservation. To be in simple term, preservation means to store the food, that is to store or preserve the food in such a manner, or keep the food in such a manner, so that no germ can act on them and can make the food very much non usable, or make the food spoiled. So, there are various ways for the preservation of the food. Now, the fresh fruits can be preserved by keeping them in the sugar syrup and making jams. This sugar kills the bacteria and removes the water from the cell. So this can be done by making, you had seen fresh fruit, are making the jams, and that jams are staying for more than a year or so. Even for the case of the sugar syrup, they are staying for many days, because of the fact that these have the potential to kill the bacteria, and because and thereby remove the water from the cells, because water, if remaining in the cell, can cause the rotting or damage to the cell. Now, a vegetable like the cauliflower, mango can also be preserved by drying with the salt, or helping them to make the pickle. In the picture, you can see the diagrams of making pickles. Various type of the pickles are present, and in if you want to keep normal vegetables, say if I want to keep the normal cauliflower, how long will it store? Maybe say 1 week, maybe 3 days, maybe 5 days maximum, 6 days. Or even the it is very scorching heat, and especially the tropical countries, it cannot exceed for more than say 2 days. But if we make them pickle, they are staying for long. And also, it is better to dry them with the help of the salt. The milk also can be preserved by drying or boiling them. That is, the removal of the water is called as dehydration. Okay, we are dehydrating the milk That means we are making milk powder that can also be preserved for many days. And if we want to keep the milk for some day, because milk cannot be kept for many days, it can be kept for some days, provided constantly we have to boil the milk. And so boiling kills the germs and the bacteria, and the milk remains healthy or pollution free. Next, about the dry grains. Dry grains and the pulses need not be stored in the need to be stored in the airtight containers. Like if you want to keep the dal or the pulses or different types of chola matar, different types of the seeds, if you want to eat, then, or even chal, even rice, all these seeds are best to be kept in the airtight container. Airtight container, what will happen, air will not enter, similarly water will also not enter, and the spoilage will be less. Okay, so it is advisable to keep the dry grains and the pulses to in the stored in an airtight container. Okay, and in the picture you can see different types of biscuits, then seeds, dal, or are kept in the airtight container to keep them proper, to preserve them in a proper manner. Next is the vegetables and the meat also frozen at below 0 degree Celsius. That means in the refrigerator, because it is not always possible that your bazaar is in front of your house and every morning you go to the market and take one vegetable or non-vegetarian item and have cooked them, and again in the following day you do it in the same manner. Sometimes we have to store them for a week or so. So in order to do that, we have to store them, we have to preserve them, we have to keep them in the refrigerator where temperature goes below 0 degree centigrade and there is ice formation, and in that cold temperature living organism like the bacteria, fungi, etc. will not act on them, and these items will remain uh, germ free. Okay, so by this class I think you had learned different methods by which we can preserve the food. So next class we will learn about some useful microbes. Till then, all of you stay safe, take care, thank you.